What's up, guys? Welcome back. Here we go. We got The Warning, Mayday in the Making, episodes 4 through 6. So let's get it. Get it. All right, guys. The Warning, Mayday in the Making, episode 4 through 6. This will kind of wrap everything up. I wish they were longer. I guess I'm being selfish now. I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think it'll ever be enough for me. Um, the first 3 episodes have got me hooked, and now I want to know more. I want to know everything there is to know. Um, but I guess with these 6 episodes, it will allow me some insight, very little, but some insight into what's happening and what's going on and how everything is done and how it began. And this is what I love about learning about groups and bands, just knowing all the information I can.
Technology played a huge part in our band. We became known because of a YouTube video.
Social media is such a big part for us as a band, and without social media, we wouldn't have reached all those people who listen to our music right now.
Honestly,
That's true. I mean, could they have done it, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago? Yes, they could have. It probably would have taken a whole hell of a lot longer. So yeah, social media and the technology that we have now today, astronomically different than it was, back when I was a kid. Um, 20 years ago, I'm about to age myself. 20 years ago, I was still just getting into my 20s. So, yeah, to see how everything has developed, it has been it's been a hell of a change. Um, like I said, do I believe they would have been? It would have taken quite some time for them to rise up. I mean, get more known if yeah, because of the social media. That's facts.
we don't know how they do what they do, but I know that the numbers don't lie.
When it comes to going viral at the age that they did, they've had a head start building this social media and online presence that people would pay millions to obtain.
That's an amazing thing to see. I mean, to have this type of fan dedication and loyalty this early is, it's really impressive. And it speaks to the fact that their music really touches people.
When you start out in music, the first thing that you think about is not really like, how am I going to manage my social media? It's the last thing that you're thinking of.
When I first met them, they had already gone viral because they were uploading videos of them doing covers and practicing music so that their grandparents could see it.
When the attention came in, it was like pretty shocking.
What we did as a team was land it with a
Now, real quick, I just wanted to reiterate about the about the 20 years ago. That would have been, what, 2000, 2003, 2004. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't know if social media had a huge presence at that time. Well, I can't remember if MySpace had started or whatever. Goddamn. But what I meant by it is, I'm not saying the warning wouldn't have been recognized. It would have taken longer for it to happen if they didn't have this kind of a, I guess, platform to put their videos and kind of do all these things. Yeah, so I don't want to get misconstrued and want you to think I'm not saying that, they would have been nothing or nothing like that. I'm just saying it would have taken a whole hell of a lot longer if this was, done 20, 25 years ago. And the technology now is just stupid crazy. Just absolutely anything and everything can go viral in seconds, and it does. And that's just what we have to adapt to, and that's the world we live in now, which is I love it. Everything is so quick and fast and gets to the point, I guess.
proper strategy and vision. We all talk about what we're doing in social media every day.
It is like a lot to do, but honestly, like it helps us a lot.
Thank you, patrons. Shout out to all of you. You are awesome.
You know, this community and friendships have been, forged all over the world.
We're always thinking of new ways to create new content for them.
And even if it just was like one person, it means something to them. That's an incredible feeling.
I think that they just feel like more responsibility to their audience, to their fans. They're constantly evolving and working more for them.
It can kind of be intimidating as our fan base grows. It's very hard not to think about what other people might think.
To think like I kind of need to be perfect. I mean, being a like woman in rock is a whole thing.
We have gone through a lot of different experiences, mostly on stage, where we would get these looks like, what are these little girls gonna do?
Like our treatment.
Rip your goddamn face off. And that brings up my other point about the Japanese rock bands. When I was first, introduced to them, I didn't turn away from it because it was all female. I listened to it and I loved it because it's what I've heard. Not because they're female or not because they're not female. And I think that's a huge thing still. Is like some people will just like kind of brush them off and be like, they're all females. Watch some of these female, these Japanese female bands, The Warning. Fucking amazing. Just mind blowing the way they do it. And they do it better than majority of the male bands that I've, seen throughout the years and witnessed throughout the years. They just bring something different. And I think that's what I love so much about it is women can do it just better than an all-male group. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the male groups, but when I started reacting to the Japanese all-female rock bands and stuff like that, I didn't see a gender. I was listening to the music, and that's what I react to is the music. I could care less if you're male or female. It doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. It's all about what you can produce as a musician, and that is the biggest thing for me is what can you produce as music for us to enjoy. And so far, I tell you what, I have not been let down whatsoever by whatever you guys have requested or suggested. It's all been just fucking awesome. So I appreciate it.
Was sometimes very, very different. Like the staff would treat you different, the bands would treat you different. I remember going at festivals when I was like 11. People would look at us like, oh, what are they gonna do here? And suddenly we started playing and everyone was just like shocked by what we did. And I was like, yeah, people really don't expect a lot out of you because they're not used to seeing women on these stages.
It is very nerve-wracking to go out in front of everyone and be that vulnerable. You see, like, this is me, this is what I do. Do you like it?
It's not easy for them being young, being female in a rock genre, and I think they're going to bring change to that.
The most important thing in what we do is to just stay true to ourselves.
I'm really proud that this is a group of girls. I think there's so much talented female musicians out there, but historically they've been underrepresented in rock and roll. I don't really know what the reason is, but if I can be a part of helping to bring that energy to the forefront, then that's what I want to do.
In such a male-dominated field, to see not only three women but three sisters playing rock music, it was awesome. Also, being a father of two daughters, it was inspiring to see that too. It's something I wanted them to see.
We step up our game just to prove we belong here.
Rock and roll and music in general is for everyone to enjoy.
It doesn't matter who's playing the music. If you like it and if it's good and if you think it's good, that's what matters.
Exactly what I was just saying. This is crazy. That's exactly my point. It doesn't matter. It does not matter, male or female. It does not matter. It's what you can produce as a musician.
They are the future of rock and roll.
Playing rock and roll, like there's no energy equal to that.
To see like all these people that are from all around the world, some of them are older, some of them are younger, how they all just connect like through the power of music.
And it's so fun to see people having fun with you. It's just like a big party.
When young girls reach out to us, it's the most satisfying feeling ever.
You can feel it when people tell you what your music means to them. It's such an indescribable feeling.
Like when someone comes up to you in the meet and greet and they're like, I started playing the drums because of you. Oh my God, like you feel like crying. It shows that anyone can do what we're doing.
It's easy for people to blow up on the internet and kind of not act like it's a thing, but these girls, they dedicate time every day to trying to make sure that someone in their fan group or their whole fan group has an experience.
There's so many people that follow us and listen to our music. If I am just able to keep doing what I'm doing right now and keep touching like people's hearts this way, I'm happy.
I really love what I do, and I'm very grateful that all of you have given me the chance to prove it and to be it and to share it with you.
These ladies are amazing. I shit you not, man. The sincerity. I mean, how could you not love them? This is great to see. I am enjoying this thoroughly. Just knowing that they want to give back to the people who have given to them. You don't see that too much. But yeah, they're so incredible. So with that was episode 4, entering the rock world. So I will be right back with episode 5. All right, guys, here we go. Episode 5, goals and moving forward.
We had never really worked with people outside of like our trusted group.
My first actual personal interaction was when I met them. They were playing 2 sold-out nights at Mercury Lounge, and I came the first night and checked it out and was so blown away. I came back the second night with Jason Flom.
Devin O'Connor, our senior A&R person at Lava, she invited me to go to a show at the Mercury Lounge. And I think it was a cold winter's night. And I've been to the Mercury Lounge too many times in my life, but I went and my head exploded.
Going from being an independent band to a signed band is a very big change.
Because we have been independent since we started and we had been doing really well.
For years, we've always kind of seen where the band is going independently. We started seeing this growth, and we would ask ourselves, it's like, how far can we take it ourselves? And then
I think, yeah, both aspects there have, they both have positives and negatives. Being independent, I guess you get to choose what you want to do, when you do it, how you do it. The downfall, I guess, is that protection that I don't want to speculate on. I'm not going to act like I know exactly how music industry works. All I know are some music labels, from which I've heard or kind of seen in the past, can be a bunch of assholes and want you to do it a certain way and want you to do it their way. Like you guys were telling me, after I believe it was the TEDx reaction I had, you guys had great information on when they were talking about being signed. I just kind of made a comment, if I was them, I would have walked out of there with my middle finger up and this and that. And like I said in another reaction, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean I wanted to see the warning walk out of there with their middle fingers up. I was just saying that a verbal middle finger is kind of what I was going after. Because apparently, I think it was, you guys mentioned it was Disney or Simon Cowell or one of those two or something like that. How they wanted to change them. I don't know if that was music-wise, visually, probably some both. But no, I mean, that would be, trying to get a group of sisters away from what they're envisioning. Especially these sisters. a bad idea. You don't want to do that. But on the on the flip side, if you're signed to a well-known and a well-respected music label, you know that there are benefits. There are things that they can do for you. There are things that you probably couldn't do as an independent. Just all the different opportunities that you might have, all the extras that come along with it. But I'm glad they were able to find somebody who they could trust. That's the biggest key.
When is it time to start searching for partners?
We just didn't want to sign with someone who would take control over our music. And Lava approached, it was just like an amazing opportunity for us.
The Warning had great touring numbers, great Spotify numbers, great social media interaction. Their fans are diehard. But first and foremost, the most important part is the music, and the music blew me away.
At Lava, we like to sign great artists. It's really a simple criteria.
When we were approached by Lava, we dove in and definitely found very clear pattern. It was the same sound and look before Jason got him than after.
When they actually reached out to us, we couldn't believe it. And me being an amazing, like a big Paramore fan, I was just like, wow, Jason Blum just got, oh wow.
But when we started talking with Lava, we clicked. We were on the same page. I knew that this was the step that we had to take, that we would be able to be on another level now.
It took a long time.
We were negotiating for 7 months.
But we finally did it.
Signing with Lava was like a game changer for us.
Complete game changer.
When we signed, it was it was just such a big relief.
And now, with the whole Lava team behind us, I feel super powerful.
Honestly.
Exactly. I couldn't imagine having to be in negotiations for 7 months. And I don't know. Being in a negotiation as a band, I don't know if the entire band has to be there the entire way through, or is it just management that takes care of it and they just give their input to their management to give to Lava. I don't know how all that works, but I can I can imagine the stress relief aspect of that. But 7 months, I mean, it probably felt like an eternity of different, well, we'll do this and then we'll do that, but we want this. And I'm sure they kind of worked out things that, well, of course, worked out for both sides. So, and that's why they're signed to him. But yeah, I can imagine that it's probably a big pain in the ass at times.
I am so grateful.
We're this super strong team.
Being the first rock band in Latin American history to sign with a US major record label definitely has to be my proudest moment, and every grain of sand that I contributed to that is something that I'll cherish forever. That's one for the books.
Ever since we signed, we've gotten like so many opportunities. Like we got to record our third album during a pandemic.
With the power of a record label, we can make songs for different artists. We can get our songs in movies or anything. Like the possibilities are endless.
And that's what I was saying. It's just like, you know, with the label now, you're able to venture out and do different types of things. I don't know if you can necessarily do that as a independent. But as a a label, you have that backing, so that it's more, like she said, just more powerful, I guess.
Earliest goals for the band, like we're gonna learn this song and we're gonna rock it. We're gonna be on time. I mean, those are still goals. But as we grew, like up until now, our goals have changed drastically.
I would just really love to play all over the world and like have my music reach out to like as many people as possible.
We would love to, go on a world tour, get our music everywhere, and just kind of like share that love for music that we have wherever we can.
I can envision a stadium full of fans rocking out to The Warning. If we were able to help make that happen, it would be, it would just be magical.
Future hope for the band is world domination.
Yeah, we want to tour the world. We want to melt faces, rock out on stage. We want to break stereotypes and show the world that dreams do come true.
My goal for them is that they become the biggest band in the world. It sounds crazy, but it's actually possible. It's going to take a ton of hard work, and it's also going to take some lucky breaks. At the end of the day, I think that is within the realm of possibility. There's no reason that they can't do that.
Our favorite place we traveled as a band, I think we have each one different in mind. Okay,
Okay.
let's just say it at the same time and see if it matches up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Argentina!
Ah! Okay. We got
Argentina.
It was
Yes.
awesome. It was such a great tour.
It was our first time having like such a long tour.
We
2
were-
weeks. It was like
2
2
weeks.
weeks. It was
Yeah.
a
2
2-week
week
tour
tour.
with
It was our first
Educativa,
time there.
and it was amazing.
It was
Honestly,
It's so funny to see how excited they are to talk about this. This is exactly why I'm watching these, is to kind of get a better understanding of their personality, and when they're all together, this is good.
I am dying to go back to Argentina. The energy the
so different.
Argentina like public has, wow, awesome.
All right, so that was episode 5. I will be right back with the final episode, episode 6. All right, guys. Here we go. Episode 6. The EP. It's kind of bittersweet already. I have ran through all 6 episodes already. I really wish it would go on longer. Before we start the episode 6, thank you guys so much for the suggestion on doing this. This is absolutely phenomenal. If there's any more videos like this, I'm subscribed to their YouTube channel as well, and I can kind of do my own research. But if there's something specific you guys want to see, let me know down in the comments, and I will do my best to find it or get to it as soon as possible. Because like I've said, I absolutely love learning about bands in general and how it began and how it's going, and kind of get an idea of what's going on when they're doing their things. So let's do this, guys.
COVID.
Once we signed with Lava, we didn't want to lose any time.
The band was about to go on a tour, and then COVID hit, so everything that they were working on got canceled. And so they shifted the target immediately to, okay, we're going to make the record now.
And David Bendeth was a name that crossed between options that they brought to the table and options that we had seen. Really quickly, it became, okay, let's get him on a Zoom.
We had a Zoom call with him. Like there was just like a connection. We shared the same vision. We were actually very, very excited, very nervous as well, because we knew it was going to be like tough.
Teenagers are different than any other band. They're very pliable.
We were really nervous. Looking back on that call, David was also nervous. Like we see it, and I was like, "Why were you nervous?" Like we were shaking. You are David Bendeth.
Well, I can imagine that, being David there, I'm sure nerves come to everybody in different situations. And yeah, I'm assuming like when record labels and producers and things like that sign an artist, that they're hoping that it works out. I mean, they've probably heard some songs and this and that, but it doesn't mean that it's solidified. I'm sure there have been plenty of bands where they've signed and they've had great records or great songs, and then they disappear. And that's not due, to anything catastrophic. It's just how it goes sometimes. I mean, there have been plenty of bands that I've listened to growing up, and they're no longer around. They've had 1 or 2 great albums, and it's just like they never existed. So I can understand, or not understand, but kind of see where nerves would be on each side of the table there. I mean, of course they both want the end goal to be the same. There's no question, no doubt. But yeah, there's going to be some nerves.
Making an album in the middle of a global pandemic was a very unique experience.
We started lockdown on March. We had not left our house until September. We were really respectful of like the safety of it all.
Obviously, it was COVID, and the first thoughts across my mind were, how is this going to work? But what we did was we were in the bubble.
We decided after a lot of conversations about it that we were going to record it in New Jersey.
We did COVID testing, we traveled with seat covers and masks and face shields and gloves, antibacterial and sprays and wipes. Nobody on our team got COVID. We were all very careful and very professional. And I think, that just makes this album that much more special.
We were just in a little bubble all the time.
I think it kept us really in the zone.
It was definitely scary starting at first because, of course, the questions come up of maybe if we wait another month, things will be safer. But it ultimately came down to the fact that the music was ready and it feels urgent, it feels relevant. We want to put this music out.
Working with David and Rick was a very new experience for us. Actually never worked like this much with people who only talk in English.
Their English is amazing. My Spanish is absolutely awful. The one time that
I second that. I can't speak a lick of Spanish. Yeah, I feel just like Rick.
I brought up a mispronunciation. I can't remember if it was Danny or Powell. One of them said something and I jumped on it. And you just hear Allie from the back, your Spanish sucks. You gotta watch out. You don't know who's waiting in the wings.
Yeah, you don't want to go after sisters, that's for sure, because I'm pretty sure he was just, giving her a hard time, just joking. But yeah, you still got to be careful, even with the jokes. Got to be subtle with them.
To get you.
This third album, I am so proud of what we did with it.
It came out very generational, very social. More than anything, I think we want to call out people to think.
It's about Gen Z, it's about technology, it's about communication. The new album is the world from New Warning's perspective.
Since we evolved as people, we changed. Our views of the world changed, we grew up. I think our writing and our music changed and grew as well.
In this instance, you could tell that each one of them had spent time honing their craft and practicing. I saw a crack in the door where I could push them and I could open a world to them where they could be less rigid. Even though it's tough and they don't like it, they're built to withstand it. And so you could push them. And so I did.
It was great to see how our different opinions meshed and became this great album.
We really stepped out of our little box of songwriting.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, there was moments when it was extremely tense.
It was sometimes David, that's not how it is right now. And David was like, well, this is how it should be. And we're like, ah! We had a lot of conversations.
This is how it should be. I'm sure, I can only imagine there were probably a couple slam doors. But that's what you're probably going to get. You're going to have a group of people or a group of individuals in a room, or during the COVID time, and trying to come up with ideas, and somebody probably doesn't think one idea is better than the other. I could see that, but just
now, and David was like, well, this is how it should be. And we're like, ah! We had a lot of conversations about how to meet a healthy middle.
I guess the best way to say it's
perfect example too. Healthy conversations. And I think that's another huge thing is when you're in an argument, you probably say some shit you don't want to end up, you wouldn't usually say, but it's an argument. It's heated back and forth. But the best thing to do is what she just said, is an actual sit down and talk about it. Don't argue, bicker back and forth, roll your eyes and, give the, doing that shit. That doesn't work, especially in business. So how she described it was perfect.
How you come back from that determines how much you've grown.
Working with them was incredible, and we all got to learn so much from the process. I feel super confident about the next steps I'm taking as a musician because I got to learn from the pros.
all the work with David Bendit, it was a blessing. It was amazing.
I already missed them. We were with them for like so long. It was an amazing experience.
I hope that this record goes platinum and we all have plaques on our walls. As far as for the band, I wish them all the success in the world.
We know that we have much to learn every single day. There's always something more.
My dreams and goals for them is for them to grow as players, to keep writing songs. But my biggest goal for them would be to stay in touch with who they are and never lose that.
Our love for what we do is so real and it's so big. Like, why have we worked so hard for so long to just stop here?
Satanir, día exitoso.
Yay! Un día exitoso!
Oh man, that's it. That was my reaction to The Warning, Mayday in the Making, episode 6. So with that, I am completely done. I think with the I think it was 6-part episode, 6 episodes. Unfortunately, like I said, it's sad because there's no more of this. But I'm hoping that there is more out there for me to react to, meaning more kind of like documentary type things and things to kind of let me into their past and their present, kind of understand them even more than what this has allowed me to do. I couldn't be more thankful for this, for them, for you guys leading me down this awesome ass path. This is truly something special, and The Warning is it. They are special, and they are going to be around for quite some time. And I wish them nothing but luck. And I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge supporter. And it's going to stay that way. These women just know how to fucking do it. It's plain and simple. They know what they're doing. And I'm excited to see them only go up. They can only go up from this. They just keep going and going and going. So if you're new, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share. Also, if you have your own suggestions, drop them down below. I'll do my best to get to them as soon as possible. With all that said, guys, thank you so much for the suggestion and the support, positivity. It means the world to me. And I enjoy The Warning. I really, really do. So until the next one, which will be very soon, guys, I appreciate you, and I will see you soon. Thank you.